Hello, fellow internet person. Do you happen to remember those Jimmy Broadbent videos that he would upload year in, year out, talking about his mental state and the year he'd been through? Yeah, let's do that. Um, as you can probably tell, this is a bit different from what you're used to on this channel, and I'd like to take a moment to not only reflect on the year that has been 2024, but actually take a few seconds to introduce myself properly. As some of you may or may not have noticed, the name of the channel has recently changed, and I'd like to take one of the very first steps in being open and honest about who I am and what I'm doing here. So, hi. I'm Alexis. I'm 25 years old. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns. My gender is...
Hoopla!
My gender is...
Hoopla!
My...
Hoopla!
Buddy, I was going for a vibe here. But yeah, I suppose you could say I am a transgender individual. I am very much aware of the fact that I happen to find myself in a world that isn't particularly pleasant towards queer individuals, especially at the moment. However, not only have I always tried my best to be an honest individual in life, but I also find more now than ever it is important to be there and to remind people that yes, queer people exist and they're not going anywhere despite all the ups and downs and all arounds of our world. And if I can contribute even a little bit by being open and honest as to who I am and what name I actually use, then I think that would be good. At this very point in time, I'd say I am very much very depressed for a multitude of reasons. Most of them not related to how I perceive the world or how I view the world, but rather based on experiences that I've made throughout life. This isn't supposed to be a pity party. I am not sitting here perceiving for this to be a therapy session, but I am trying my best to be honest about where I'm at in life. I am autistic, which doesn't particularly make things easier, but then again, I will go out here and say that I am very happy to be an autistic individual, and similar to gender being a topic in my life, I want to be open and honest about that as well. So if at any point in the future my appearance tends to change from what you're used to, or the way my voice sounds, that is why. I very much struggled to connect with people, especially recently. However, this is not a way for me to try and make friends or meet people online, because I've kind of grown tired of the idea of being within digital spaces, bizarrely enough. I've spent a lot of time in my life combing through different forums, spending time on different social media platforms, yet YouTube is the only platform where I find myself still being active. I have recently deleted my Discord account, I am no longer on Twitter, and I can't remember the last time I actually used Facebook or any forum structure. Another aspect I would like to clarify is that there may have been some people assuming that I am interested in, or worse, happen to like modern Formula 1. I don't. I am very much opposed to modern Formula 1 on many different levels, and I do not actively want to support them beyond talking about the general idea of Formula 1, the concept of Grand Prix racing, and its illustrious history. I do not have a favorite driver. Actually, I've now grown to a point where I don't particularly understand how people can be so emotionally invested in anything related to Formula 1, considering who is involved or why people happen to be involved, but maybe that's a story for another time. I enjoy racing games, well, as much as I can enjoy things at the moment, especially those that offer a variety of ways for you to be able to tell your own story. Single-player driven racing games, such as the old Formula 1 games on PlayStation, MotoGP 4, a few Gran Turismo titles, F1 2010, Grand Prix 2, racing games that make themselves stand out in some form or fashion. And yes, despite my recent cynicism about people in public spaces and YouTube as a platform in general, I find myself trying to express myself through, well, YouTube, I suppose. I've been doing this for about, gosh, 13 years at this point, I guess, and arguably for the first time ever, quite a few people, at least in my eyes, have been incredibly nice about what I'm trying to do here, which I would just like to take a quick second to thank you all for that. I know this might seem immensely self-indulgent like most of this, which apologies for that, but I am not used to the idea of people regularly telling me that they actually enjoy what I do on the internet. And again, if I can contribute to anything positive through what I do on here, that would be great. I hold radical, extreme political beliefs such as, genocide fucking sucks. People deserve to be happy and safe. Nationalism is bad. Donald Trump is a fascist. You know, super duper radical shit. 2024 happens to be the year where, for the very first time, I visited the United States of America to meet a couple of close friends of mine, whom I am immensely grateful for. If they happen to be watching, know that you're loved dearly. Other than that, if any of you still happen to be sticking around here, first off, apologies. Happy New Year. You may or may not find me talking about a few personal topics throughout 2025, depending on how I feel. Other than that, expect the continuation of the Ferdinand Wagner F1 Challenge 99-202 career mode, and a few other little surprises I supposedly have in store, but until then, thank you for watching, stay safe, and as always, even in 2025, keep racing.